Sometimes I be right in your face and hit like genjutsu in place. That's how it be though. Nothing but great effort just to get a C though. Eyes watching but we never seem to be though. So much tragedy. I ain't gonna lie, Tokyo Ghoul Re, there's criticism to be had with it, of course, pacing, etc, etc. Art and animation could be better all around. But man, if you are a magnet to tragedy, then Tokyo Ghoul Re's anime, it's doing it! For starters, let's talk about something that I wanted to open up this video talking about. I believe it was the second to latest episode. I am all caught up at this point, but the second to latest episode, Sasaki or Ken, or I don't know what you want to call him right now. I guess we still technically can call him Sasaki because he hasn't completely turned back into our beloved tragic hero Ken Kaneki, but the fight that he had against Takizawa Pineapple-kun! Oh my gosh, when Unravel came on, hold up. When Unravel came on, y'all know Unravel, she eteo, sono shikumi wo. Oh my god, yo, like, they know how to do it when it comes, like, there's no questions asked. I don't care. Nobody can tell me that Tokyo Ghoul anime doesn't have good music. If you tell me it doesn't have good music, you're lying. Get out of here. Go. Because, yo, when they pulled that, I was like, perfect. And it signifies a lot. I think that song, above all else, it signifies the tragedy and what Ken constantly goes through, the identity crisis, so to speak. The man's been going through an identity crisis his entire life, but if you dive a little bit into it, in terms of the story, especially right now, of course, he's going through a major crisis. He don't know who he really is. He's trying to find out clues about who Ken Kaneki truly was, you know, Sasuke and whatnot, and it's just all around tragedy, even down to the latest episode where you see everybody, like, for starters, Shirazu with his sister, which I ain't gonna lie, when I read it in the manga, or when I seen it in the manga, I seen it in the anime, I still gotta say, it makes the hairs on my arm stand up to see that shit that's popping out of his little sister's face. I don't know if that's a kagune or what it is, but oh my god, Sui Ishida's design for that, he knew what he was doing if he wanted to gross people out and creep people out, because it's kind of like, you know, looking at a beehive. You know how some people can't look at a beehive because of, oh my god, what am I even talking about? Ugh. But anyway, very tragic. I mean, from Suzuya going to visit Shinohara, you know, vegetable Shinohara, that he's been a vegetable since the last season, and then of course Ken, everything he's going through, getting the mask in the mail, thinking about Hinami and what's gonna happen with her. It's tragic, honestly. Like, it's a really depressing story, and I don't know why I never really noticed, like, yeah, it's, you know, it's tragic and blah blah blah, but it's really depressing because all of these characters are going through something, down to, even though Urie is a scumbag and, you know, he's always talking crap in his mind about people and, you know, just being all around vindictive or whatnot, but even him, you know what I mean, he's suffering from the loss of his father, and that left him traumatized and stuff like that. Everybody is going through something. Let's talk a little bit about the relationship between Ken and Arima when they had that little sit down, which I believe in the manga it was presented as Christmas. In the anime they threw the Christmas thing out because that was the whole reason why, if I'm not mistaken, Ken was giving gifts. I don't think it had anything to do with the promotion, because I think there was supposed to be a time skip, and that's why Ken's hair looks slightly different. There's more black in there because his original color is growing back in. So definitely the changes that they're making, sometimes I'm like, you know, the manga did it way better. We all know that, but the emotion, the sentiment behind it, just the lost soul that is Ken Kaneki. Yeah, okay, he's Sasuke Heist right now, but he, at the end of the day, truly is Ken Kaneki. I mean, down to when the scene of Hinami, and I know I'm going all over the places because it's like 3 episodes that I haven't talked, whatever, but like, let's go back to that scene real quick, and then we'll jump back to the Arima sit down, whatever. Hinami coming in to rescue her Oni-chan, even though she knew it's not really him, but it's still his body, and her fighting against Takizawa, that was amazing. Like, that whole episode in general is one of the best episodes of all of Tokyo Ghoul. I feel like, so I say that a lot with Re, which is a testament to that. Regardless what you say about Re, it is a better adaptation than the past 2 seasons that we had. Definitely better than season 2, but we don't really talk about season 2. It happened, but it didn't happen. But, you know what I mean? Like, you just see so many aspects of, like, this is why this is better, down to, you know, Suzuya, Big Madam or whatever. Like, a lot of the aspects that happen, again, it shows tragedy. Like, Suzuya was tortured by her, cut down by her, and I believe they even took it out. I noticed that they're taking out certain aspects of, like, okay, that character was actually a man, that character this and that. Like, they're not even really exploring deep into Mutsuki. Mutsuki has this thing where, you know, she was born a girl, but she wants to live her life as a man. They're not really exploring into things like that, which is unfortunate, because that makes a whole other discussion regarding Mutsuki's character. And you also see the build up that Mutsuki is going to be a pretty prevalent character moving forward into the story. But just, man, let's go back to the sit down with Arima. You see, Ken is such a broken person. He's looking for love anywhere. He's looking for acceptance, family, camaraderie, anywhere, down to Arima. Now granted, Sasuke doesn't know what really happened. I mean, he's just barely finding out how to write the kanji for Ken Kaneki or whatever, but giving him the gift and saying welcome home, I mean welcome to, you know, Akira and Arima, you can see he really just desperately wants a family. And I feel that hits very close to home. Anybody that knows me, I'm like Edward Newgate. I want a family, you know what I'm saying? And I'm in the process of making that happen, whatever. But you know, I really feel when he's doing all of this, you know, when Arima tells him like, yo, those are pretty much like your kids, talking about the Quinks group and shit like that, I feel him. And you know, it did make him happy in a way. I think there's certain aspects again that the manga did that really changes things up. In the manga, Ken was kind of, or Sasuke was bullshitting all of this, you know, the whole, when he does like this and he smiles, like he's bullshitting. It's supposed to be portrayed that way. And the anime, it's just, it seems as though he's longing for something that he can't find. He has holes inside of him that he's trying to fill with these relationships, even though they're all facades. He's only been Sasuke Heist for like, what, a couple of years now? And Ken Kaneki really is who he is. Going back into, one of my favorite scenes again, when the, you know, Unravel came on and you see little Ken Kaneki saying, yo, you can't erase me, man. Don't do that to me. And, you know, it's just him going in against Takizawa. That fight was insane. I loved it. Seeing the change in Takizawa, like, he's just an absolute monster, but he does remember who he is. So it's kind of like, man, they really did him in, because he, for example, when the two assistants were like, yo, you don't remember me? And he's like, oh, you used to talk during my lectures. Bam! You definitely see Takizawa. He's went off the deep end. He knows who he was. He knows who he is. He just doesn't care no more, and he's eating people like a savage. Kind of reminds me of, he's a binge eater in a sense, similar to Rize. So whatever they put inside of him to try and create the next Ken Kaneki, a lot of that is that Rize shit, because he's just constantly hungry and wanting to eat like a madman. Overall, a lot of the things that are in the balance right now, for starters, Hinami, what's gonna happen with her? She came in, she tried to do her thing for Nichan, which makes me really feel bad for Hinami. Like, she just saved you, and I guess in a way that's the good part of him, of who, because at the end of the day, Ken is always going to be a good guy, whatever name, whatever's happening in his memory, him putting her under his protection, under his custody, that's him still trying to figure out a way to save her, because he knows, like, yo, she just saved my life. She did that for who I used to be. How could I do her dirty like that? So you see the good parts in there. That's going to create friction. At the end of the day, Akira, you know, as much as he looks at Akira as a mother, she's like, yo, that's the little one that killed my dad. What are you doing? You know, so there's going to be friction created there. We're noticing character development slightly with Urie. You see towards the end of one of the latest episodes, he's like, yo, you could use us as where you have a weakness. We can fill that void and shit. So you're seeing a little bit of a change of Urie. The old Urie would have said, listen, scumbag. Well, in his mind anyway, listen, scumbag, I don't need none of you bros, okay? I'm the big dick motherfucker around here. So seeing him actually accepting that maybe, you know, Sasuke is right. Very interesting. Him kind of seeing that Shirazu really cares about him when he's talking him up to his seemingly comatose sister there, saying about Prince Uri. You know what I mean? Like, you're seeing the development of Uri. Again, I would love more coverage on Mutsuki, because she's an incredibly interesting character, or he's an incredibly interesting character. You know, I want more in that regard, and I think we'll still get it, because, I mean, if you've seen Torso's still like, oh, Toru-chan! Like, it's gonna happen. We'll get more with that character as the story progresses. And then one of the latest episodes, or the latest episode, I believe, we ended off with Tsukiyama is in a bad state. He still hasn't gotten over everything that happened at the end of Route A. He's not eating. He's like heartbroken. I feel you, bro. Like, Tokyo Ghoul, for me, I'm not somebody that should watch Tokyo Ghoul, because I get delved and wrapped in all of the tragedy, and it kind of makes me feel depressed after I'm watching it, because I understand him. He's heartbroken. He felt like whatever Ken provided him, whether it was, you know, this satisfaction or this camaraderie or love, and losing that, he's in a bad state. So when he finds out about Sasuke Heist, because his little assistant guy's been hiding that shit, when he finds out Ken is still around, it's gonna be a wrap. The gourmet will return. Overall, Tokyo Ghoul Re, again, like, yeah, it could use better art and animation at times. Like, there's scenes that should have been done a little bit better. Also, definitely missing out on some key points, like, again, some of the characterization of Sasuke, some of the characterization of Mutsuki, even down to Big Madam. But keeping in the elements that really grab you emotionally is what this series is doing very, very right and very, very well. And I fucked with it. I'm really excited. I love Tokyo Ghoul Re. Best Tokyo Ghoul anime thus far. Don't care what anyone says. It is toppling season 1 and 2, especially 2. But again, did season 2 even happen? Like, I don't know. Kind of curious what you guys think about it. Did you lose your shit like me? If you check my Twitter, I ain't gonna lie. When I was watching that, I had to do my reaction on Twitter. I was like, I can't believe Unravel came on. Oh, she and Dale. What is your favorite part of the past few episodes? Are you excited that Tsukiyama is coming back into the fold pretty soon? Probably next episode. And favorite moment thus far? I mean, little Ken showing up. There's just so many good moments. Arima, like Tokyo Ghoul Re. I love it. But that is all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, stalk my Facebook, follow me on Twitch to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule, people. Anime and manga for life, boy! Bow! Have an awesome day. Making major moves, laugh and let the haters lose. We don't give a fuck, virginity intact, cream stack. Paper rules, if you heard it, best believe that.